There was this really interesting interview I did with a woman named Tiffany Aliche. She wrote a book, Get Good with Money. And what she shared is that people's natural tendency toward money gets amplified over time. So a frugal person who's grown up very frugally, and I gotta say, when they have access to more money, get actually more intense about saving.
Saving it. That makes sense.
Conversely, she said spenders will actually, as they get more money, spend more. And so this becomes this constant trap. I gotta make more to spend more.
Yeah.
You're that person?
I am that person. I am not good financially. If I have money in my pocket, I'm the most generous person in the world. I'm going to buy you lunch. Like, I'm not good at it.
I don't know if the word's not good.
Okay.
I think you're leaning into your natural tendency. And I would argue the person who's frugal goes more frugal is just as not good. What we have to learn is a balance discipline to get toward the middle. So I thought it was interesting, as we get in a situation, we become more diverse. The frugal get more frugal, the spenders become more spendy. And how do we navigate that? Chris and I were talking too about you and Chris. Now, about our kids. And it's interesting, the different behaviors. We believe most of our kids are very persistent savers, but they don't have the same aspirational goals necessarily as we did. And they seem to be moving at a different pace. So we got married at 24. We already had a son. We had our first house around 27, around when you guys had it. We had a full family, 3 children by 29. I got a 32-year-old who's living in an apartment and he's married, but doesn't have kids. And so the judgment that I have is, well, that's not how I lived my life. Right. Your life is incongruent with it. Yeah. What's your problem?
Right. And they have a very different situation than we had growing up.
Totally. My life is different than my parents. So I'm like, why is not everyone like me? So the point is, how we observe others is so biased in how we see ourselves. Right. And it's this natural tendency to say, well, I'm okay, I'm correct. Because if we don't feel that way, then we have this dissidence inside ourselves and we can't have that. So then we place the judgment on others. It's just an interesting phenomenon.
It really is.